Okay, wow.
We're back. Here we are.
Here we are, another Patreon episode. It's Friday, and you're getting ready for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Probably putting on your lipstick,
well.
putting on your eye makeup.
You're wearing your wife's underwear.
You're coloring in your eyebrows.
You've tucked in your balls, kind of back by your butt cheeks, and you're posing in her shoes and her underwear, and you're saying, "I'm a pretty bitch."
In the mirror.
Yeah.
Over and over again, till you believe it.
And then your cleaning lady comes home, and you have to kill her, just so your secret kind of stays safe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of what this weekend's vibes are about.
Yes!
Go off.
Kill your cleaning lady.
Oh, man. How are you, Rosebud?
I'm sorry, I meant cleaning person.
Yeah, that's don't gender
Kill
it.
your cleaning person.
Yeah.
I am good. I'm good. I had a fun show tonight. I did a really fun show. And
Come to Papa Live,
Come to Papa Live.
which is actually
The show that
I
you
believe,
bombed on.
Yes, I have bombed once, and I've also done it well 2 other times.
Mm-hmm.
But
Tell them why you bombed.
because I dressed like a ice cream server in the 1940s.
Yeah.
I wore a white shirt tucked into
A pair
khaki
of
pants
Mm-hmm.
with, I think, like a pair of white shoes too.
Yeah.
I looked like I was coming to enforce a eugenics campaign.
Yeah. And you know, Tom said that they've kept the joke going.
Really?
Yeah.
I hope so.
That you bombed because of your outfit.
I mean, it was just like, it was so weird because I don't have I think to be a tuck-in shirt guy, you kind of have to be a slender dude.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I'm kind of built like
You are slender.
like a brick shithouse. No, but I have a wide base.
A wide base? What do you mean by that? Like hips?
I have big butt and wide hips. I'm a big boy. I got some big legs.
You do have big legs.
Yeah, I have I kind of have the body of a college softball player, and
You mean a woman?
but a big woman, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
I was raised by women, and I think that my body was like, "Hey, you're a girl now," and so, anyways, what were you talking about?
We were talking about how you bombed on Tom Papa's show.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I
yeah,
did
that's
really
right.
Well. We were also talking about how well I did.
That's weird. Kind of an anomaly, I guess.
I crushed it, except for one lady. One lady wrote me an angry.
Oh, that
DM.
was tonight.
Yeah, that was tonight. That was from tonight.
Wow. So she's still crying.
She's still. Yes.
She's still crying at this very moment.
This woman, yeah, she keeps updating me on how long she's been crying after listening to my miscarriage bit, and
I think that's great.
you know,
She's not going to forget you.
She's not. She won't forget me for sure. Didn't know that she was. It's weird because I guess she followed me, or maybe she didn't follow me. I don't know.
Oh, man, that's a lot of... no, she doesn't follow you. You'd have a follow back.
Oh, you're right. Okay, so she just found me and wanted to make sure that I knew that she cried for 2 hours.
But she didn't even
And
explain...
that I ruined her birthday.
She didn't even explain that, like, why it's traumatic. She's just like, this was really upsetting. She didn't say, like, I personally had a miscarriage and this is very upsetting because of that. She's just
Yeah.
like, you ruined my... What if she's just like, she just thinks the concept is sad and she's just punishing you for that?
Yeah, well, listen.
Let me see her.
She's standing in a field full of sunflowers.
Can I see her?
In linen, white linen. So we know the kind of woman that is sending me this message.
Yeah, she doesn't even have that many followers. Ugh,
Ew.
gross.
No, I do. You know, I feel bad when people like don't get a bit or they're like upset by a bit. But I also am just like, this isn't about me or the bit that I did. Like, this isn't, it's weird. I would never go to a comedy show and then, like, a bit makes me cry because of something that I've been through. I wouldn't then go to the person who did the bit and be like, hey.
Yeah.
You know, like, if I didn't eat pork at a restaurant, I wouldn't, like, go back to the chef and be like, some people can't eat pork.
Well, that's a little different, but...
Not really.
Yes, it is, because when you have a miscarriage, it is a traumatic event, and so somebody making light of it could be triggering in a certain way. It's not your fault, but it's
Right.
not like you are the entity of pork. it's almost like it's just
Entity of pork.
it's weird that she's getting mad at you for dealing with something that you went through in a different way, which is like the only way that we really know how to deal with big things in our life.
Exactly. That's the thing that is confusing to me. I'm like, well, you know, I don't know what to tell you, lady. In order for me to like make this funny, I'm gonna sound like it didn't affect me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
if I didn't get molested in a body cast, I probably wouldn't be a comic right now. So
Right.
let me have this.
Yeah. Let me talk about this shit because this is how I make money.
What? Oh, I have a joke where I make fun of the Challenger disaster.
Yeah.
And one time a guy came up to me and he was like really nice about it, but he goes like, "Hey man, you should not tell that joke. My dad was one of the rescue crew for the Challenger, and he said that they were like picking up body parts
Yeah.
for weeks in the whatever Cape Canaveral area." And I still tell the joke, but it did make me feel bad for that afternoon or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like I definitely did not. I don't. It's weird because I do have a bit of shame around jokes like that, like 9/11, Challenger disaster, whatever it is. I used to talk about the getting molested as a kid, and people would get upset about it. Like I never want. I'm not one of those people that likes to provoke an audience.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like,
I'm not really coming at it like trying to provoke an audience. I'm just trying to like, I just think it's like if we're going to cry about something, then we can also laugh about it. And it doesn't necessarily mean like, I'm not going like, oh yeah, this is bad. Let me joke about this. It's like, these are the things that come to me as when I want to make fun of something. It's not, you know, when it's like, you're not, they say in AA, you're not responsible for your first thought.
yeah,
It's like, that's sort of how I feel about jokes. Like, if the joke comes to me and it's about something that is like kind of darker or like fucked up, I'm gonna do the joke, probably. I'm gonna try it.
yeah. I've done that a bunch. I've
And
had
then
a lot of jokes that I should not have told.
and then if, what do you mean?
Just jokes, you know, they're bad. They're bad. But
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Like, I think you do a better job of like owning it because I don't think that you have the capacity for shame. And no, I just think you're better at it.
I just
like,
don't see shame as a very useful fucking. It's
No.
just pride. Shame is the same thing as pride. It's just like wearing different clothes, kind of. Like shame is like, oh, I'm a piece of shit. And it's like no one's thinking about you.
Yeah.
Nobody is thinking about you. And that
Well,
should
clearly
make you
that
feel
woman
better.
is thinking about you right now. She's
She's
crying.
not thinking about me.
at
She's
her
thinking about her
dinner.
miscarriage.
Oh, okay.
And then she's blaming me for it.
Maybe she's just mad she didn't come up with a killer joke.
She's jealous.
Yeah. It's hard though. I mean, you know.
No, I mean, I don't. It's clearly the situation.
Mike the situation.
Huh? Yeah, Mike, the situation from Jersey.
Jersey Shore, yeah.
He would get it.
Yeah, he
No.
loves that joke.
It's a very, very difficult experience. Like, and when I say difficult, I mean it's a fucking devastating experience. But
I got a
when
killer
I
bit out
started
of
to
it.
write about it, I was like, this does make me feel better. And if that's what's making me feel better, I'm going to do that. So,
Yeah, I do think that there's something
tough titties, city
about comedy, which is kind of like this sounds very pretentious, but it's like almost like it kind of makes us like aesthetics in the sense of like there's something about taking everything in our life and qualifying it or like at least saying like this is fair game, because there really isn't anything in my life that you can't joke about. Like clearly there's some things now that we've taken as a society and we don't joke about, but
when it comes to your own personal experience,
it's all fair game.
right.
And there's something very like liberating about that. I remember when I first started comedy, I think that it changed my entire worldview just because I was like, well, all this stuff that I've made kind of this sob story or I've like held on to as these like grievances is pretty funny, and I really shouldn't, you release them. That's
Yeah.
another thing about it is like when you tell a joke about it, you release it.
Well, and it's not like I'm processing this shit on stage. I mean, I'm not a fucking psychopath. I actually talk to a therapist and like work through my emotions around it. And then I start to write about it in a way that's funny. But I don't like go to the audience and go like, fix me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not crazy.
No, just find your way.